Hello, this is Spike Lee. I'm here in Cannes. Take one.
Cannes International Film Festival was the first major offline film event to take place this year apart from Oscars. The Cannes is one of the most celebrated and glamorous film festivals on the planet. It gave us a sneak peek into some of the upcoming exciting new features. So, what can we do while we wait for the cinemas to open and for these films to drop? This video is going to be a long one, and if you feel any section is dragging along, you can simply skip to the next one. Disclaimer: since some of the names that I have pronounced are definitely wrong, I seek your forgiveness in advance. First, let's take a dive into the festival's history. Cannes is the third oldest film festival with only Moscow and Venice ahead of it. It was 1930s, the time during which Italy was under authoritarian regime. There were political interferences with the festival, a lack of impartiality and fascist biases were apparent in the decisions. During the 1937 edition of Venice Film Festival, Benito Mussolini meddled to ensure that the French pacifist film La Grande Illusion wouldn't win, angering the French. Gradually, the festival had turned into a vehicle of fascist and Nazi propaganda. The last straw was pulled in 1938 when Mussolini and Hitler respectively overruled the jury's decision in order to award the Mussolini Cup to Italian war film Luciano Serra Pilot and the Coppa Mussolini for the best foreign film to Olympia, a German documentary film about the Berlin Olympics, despite the fact that the regulations at the time prohibited awarding a documentary. This pissed off the French, English, and Americans who withdrew from the festival with the intention of never returning. This feud encouraged the French to finally found a free film festival. Thus, on 31st May 1939, the city of Cannes was finally selected as the location of the festival, and the French government signed the International Film Festival's birth certificate with the name Le Festival International du Film. Now coming to this year's winners, the Palme d'Or went to Gitana, directed by Julia Ducournau, who is a French film director and screenwriter, and it seems that she has hit a home run with her second ever full-length feature. Her debut film Raw had already garnered her a lot of praise and critical acclaim, that too for all the right reasons. It's a drama horror piece filled with beautifully realized, symbolically rich, and disturbingly erotic visuals. Her unflinching camera work, coupled with unforgiving close-ups, make the viewer quite uncomfortable. In essence, her film triggered a lot of our primal instincts and responses, making it an intriguing must-watch. The Grand Prix ended up being split between A Hero by Asghar Farhadi and Compartment Number 6 by Juho Kuosmanen. Now Farhadi is a well-known voice in cinema, and among the select few who have won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Film more than once. His filmmaking style is simply profound. His understanding of human condition allows him to depict complex, intractable conflicts and moral dilemmas with breathtaking simplicity. His films, A Separation, The Salesman, and About Ellie are some of the best, although all of his films merit a watch. Kuosmanen is somewhat a new face to the wider public, but don't let his anonymity get the better of you. The Finnish man is a multidisciplinary genius. He first started out as an actor, then he worked with some of the best opera conductors in the world. His first feature, The Happiest Day in the Life of Olli Mäki, won the prize at Cannes' Uncertain Regard section in 2016 and was Finland's nomination to the Academy Awards. It's certainly one of the best boxing films that I have ever seen. The jury prize was once again a split between Ahad's Knee by Nadav Lapid and Memoria by Veer Satakal. Nadav is already an established voice, with his films having a wide audience and multiple accolades. In 2014, his feature, The Kindergarten Teacher, became quite successful and was picked up by Netflix for an English remake which got similar attention. His 2019 feature Synonyms got a Golden Bear at the Berlin International Film Festival. His fellow recipient's name was not known to me before this year's awards, but turns out Veer Satakul is a Thai independent film director, screenwriter, and a film producer. Working outside the strict confines of the Thai film studio system, he has directed several features and dozens of short films. His features, including Blissfully Yours, Tropical Melody, Syndromes and a Century, Cemetery of Splendor, have either been nominated or have won prizes at important film festivals. The Best Director went to Leos Carax for Annette. Alex Christophe Dupont is a French film director, critic, and writer. Carax's films are noted for their poetic style and his tortured depictions of love. His 1984 feature, Boy Meets Girl, is a French classic. Thereafter he made two more features, and following that he went into a 2-decade-long hiatus from feature films, stretching throughout the 90s and 2000s. He returned in 2010 with Holy Motors, and Holy Christ did the film break throughout the cinema scenes across the world. It offered an unforgettable visual feast alongside a spellbinding, albeit unapologetically challenging narrative. Critics, cinephiles, and general moviegoers all alike were delighted with Carax's work, and it was nominated for multiple awards and it won quite a handful of them as well. The Best Actor at Cannes went to Caleb Landry Jones for Nitram. The American has played a handful of notable roles in films like X-Men First Class and The Florida Project, but his standout performances came in 2017, where he first played Jeremy Armitage in Get Out, and his most famous role till date remains that of Red Welby in 2017's Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. The Best Actress went to Renate Reinsve for The Worst Person in the World, which is directed by Joachim Trier. Renate has mostly worked in Norwegian circuits, and hence I have not ever seen or come across any of her performances yet. The Best Screenplay went to Ryosuke Hamaguchi and Takamasa Oe for Drive My Car. The screenplay is adapted from Haruki Murakami's short story Men Without Women. Hamaguchi is already a known figure in the world of cinema. His widely popular 2015 feature, Happy Hour, should be the starting point if you have never watched any of his works yet. For this feature, he worked with largely unprofessional cast and still managed to put together a great film focusing on some difficult to capture themes. The Uncertain Brigade Award went to Unclenching the Fist by Kira Kovalenko. In the same section, the jury prize went to Great Freedom by Sebastian Mise. The Camera d'Or went to Murena by Antonella Almat. The short film Palme d'Or went to All the Crows in the World by Tang Yi. Now there is a prize known as Ciel d'Or or the Golden Eye, which is a documentary film award created back in 2015 and is awarded to the best documentary presented in one of the sections of the Cannes Film Festival. This was the 6th edition of the award, and this time it went to Payal Kapadia for her documentary, A Night of Knowing Nothing. Her film, Afternoon Clouds, was selected by Cine Foundation for screening at the 70th edition of the film festival, which she had made as part of her second year coursework at Film and Television Institute of India. With this win, she becomes the first ever Indian to win the Golden Eye at Cannes. Now you may be curious as to where you could find all these films. Movie has taken up the release of some of this year's features and will be dropping them soon. As for the rest of the films, they can be easily torrented or else be found on some of the selected streaming services. But if all else fails, you can join the Telegram channel where I have put all the films I could get my hands on. The link is in the description.